Jesus faced a challenging fate.
What's going on? He's going hiking with a crucifix. He's got cargo shorts. AI art, man. At least he's got the right number of fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, he doesn't have the right number of fingers.
Turning water into wine.
He's got earrings.
Hello, lovely people. Why am I all the way back here? No reason.
I'll just come closer. I just wanted you to see, I bought this shirt just for Easter. So this is my Easter shirt now. Thank you, you're welcome. Please leave all your compliments down below. Happy Easter. It is the time of eggs and rabbits. I'm still not exactly sure why. I've always thought Easter should be the big one. Like, Christmas is great, but Easter, if we're talking about Christian holidays, but there's no Christianity without the death and resurrection, which is what Easter is about, if you didn't know. Keep watching for more Easter facts with Emma. I know why Christmas is actually the bigger one. It's because there was already loads of celebratory feasting and drinking from different religions at the time, and so Christianity was like, okay, you can keep doing it, but it's about Jesus now. So fine, I understand. But if we're being honest, Easter is way more metal. It's all about a man being crucified and then turning into like a lich or something. That's hardcore. I was looking for some kind of Easter content to consume, to review for YouTube for Easter. I was looking for Easter content to consume, and call me crazy, but I was looking for something that was actually about Easter, like the Easter story, the Christian Easter story. Because for some reason, most Easter content now is like rabbit themed. Like, Easter stuff for kids is like a story about a big rabbit who has a nice day and gets a giant carrot. And it's like, that's cool, but it's not really Easter. Like, you could watch a film if you wanted about rabbits getting carrots any time of year. I want to see a man die and come back to life. Is that so much to ask? Got some Easter ducks just to demonstrate what I'm talking about. The Easter ducks that I found, this one is a rabbit. It's literally the duck is a rabbit. And this one, it took me a while to figure out, I'm ashamed to say. See if you can work it out. It's a carrot, because somebody decided Easter is exclusively about rabbits. So much so that the other Easter ducky is a duck dressed as a carrot that says Hello Easter on it. These were very cheap. Most of you will have seen him in the background of my videos before, but just in case, and because it's a good occasion to see him up close, I of course have our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ in his best form. He is always watching us from back there. Long story short, I finally found myself some actual Easter-themed content on a channel called Bible in a Nutshell. Brilliant. They have loads of videos all about different Bible stories made into fun, like, short, animated films for kids, for young people to consume. Well, for everyone to consume, but it's, Pixar-style animation. Why was I horrified within the first 3 seconds of the first one that I watched? Because the animation is all AI-generated. A very quick detour into the AI discussion then. First of all, when I say AI today, I'm talking about AI-generated art specifically. AI in general has become kind of a buzzword that people misuse, and it's because it's got some negative connotations now that kind of throws light on. The AI has been used for a long time for a lot of different things. The term has just basically come to replace machine learning. I'm talking about AI art today. It's complicated, it's controversial, the reasons are thus. Most AI-generated artwork, if not all of the mainstream stuff, is produced using copyrighted content without the artist's consent. That means that somebody can type in, do this art in the style of famous artist, and the AI will generate something new from stolen artwork, basically, which is really uncool for artists. It's uncool in general for the human creative endeavor, in my opinion. There's lots of ways in which I think AI art could be useful, like as like a theoretical technology, as something to play with and experiment with. I think there's lots of ways that people can enjoy it. There's been all of these sort of memes going around, these AI memes, me if I was a superhero, me if I was blah blah blah. They have their own problems. Okay, I guess that's another sort of side problem with AI art, is that because it is a bit like, a ChatGPT or anything, part of the problem is that it is generated from user content. It's generated from user inputted user inputted content, it then can incorporate user error, so you have things like spreading dangerous information or misinformation via text-based AI generators. In AI art generators, the side effects are like really worrying portrayals of people of colour, people trying to generate sexy images of women that turn out to just look like children. There's like a lot of... It has flaws as a technology. There are a lot of ethical concerns. One of my main problems, artistically, my main concerns around AI are the spread of misinformation and using artists' copyrighted work without their permission. Those are my sort of ethical concerns. My creative concerns are like AI art, because it is trained on what people enjoy in the mainstream. Everything looks like Pixar. Everything looks like fucking Pixar. You can tell almost instantly when something is AI generated because it has the exact same style. It's like big anime eyes, really skinny ladies, but the Pixar hips. You'll see when we watch this Jesus Christ animation. I'm using the term Pixar because that's what it looks like, because that's mainstream animation. So people want AI art as a way to make drawing and animation accessible, to make sort of creativity more accessible. But what it's doing is kind of watering down creativity, because we just end up with one style monopolizing all art. And I find that really boring. And I now feel bad. I was thinking about this the other day when I was on DeviantArt, which is now littered with AI generated content. It does flag when art is AI generated, which is good. And I was thinking, I feel really sorry for people who were actually making art in that style before, because now, A, their work is all going to be mistaken for AI art, and B, I'm sick to death of seeing art in that style, so other people probably are as well. So yeah, AI art is problematic in many ways. It's interesting in many ways. I understand why people find it fascinating, why people might want to experiment with it. I have mixed feelings about a channel using exclusively AI art for their content. I don't know if it's monetized. At the moment, the copyright issue is kind of a question mark. So they have this disclaimer. Oh, here's where, this is the part where we find out if I'm going to get in trouble by Bible in a nutshell, right? So this is the part where it starts to get a bit questionable, right? Animated visuals and narrative is made by the Nutshell Studios team. I would argue that the narrative is made by the Bible. So that's kind of a... They have this disclaimer that's like, this is for entertainment value and may involve dramatization, as if these are like based on real events, which... Some people believe that, that's fine. I just think that's a really funny thing to put in the description. So they say that animation is made by their company. I think it's extremely unlikely that they're not using any copyrighted art in their AI image generation, in their AI animation generation. So that's already questionable. They do have licenses to use all their music, so well done. This is the fun bit. Do not react/dub our videos without email permission. Do not dub without our permission. Fair. Perfectly reasonable. You can't just do that. That would just be stealing copyright. If you just repost something dubbed, you can't. Do not react without emailed permission. You can't say that. You can't require that. Use of any audio or affiliated animations of these videos on YouTube or any other social media platform is not allowed, as it is a direct violation of copyright law and will result in a copyright strike. That is a lie. So that's fucking fascinating. I think that on its own is so interesting. Fair use is a whole messy, complicated thing of its own. It's not like a cut and dry thing legally. It is sort of a case-by-case thing. Unfortunately, on YouTube, it is more cut and dry than in more complicated situations because Content ID is just an automated system. You can dispute a copyright claim under fair use, but it just goes to the claimant. Essentially, if I get copyright struck by Bible in a nutshell, they can just go, no, we don't agree that this is fair use. And then if I want to dispute that, I have to tell YouTube that I'm willing to have my channel shut down over it, which most people won't do. Most people don't have the money or the time for the legal recourse that you could take, so I'll let you know later if this video is monetized or not. Hopefully it won't be blocked. So that's fucking fascinating. A channel that is exclusively making AI-generated videos has a completely unreasonable and factually incorrect threat, I would say, about reacting to their content in any way. Otherwise, you'll get a copyright strike. Like, that would be a super dodgy thing for anyone to do anyway. But the fact that it's a company that is making they're not even, it's not a company of artists producing their own work. Their animations are AI generated, and I would hazard a guess that they're using copyrighted content to generate their animations. So it just adds that extra level of gross irony. Now that we've covered the complexities of this case, now that I've challenged Bible in a Nutshell to come at me with copyright, it's Easter, you can fight someone on copyright for a little treat. Let's have a look at this animated video, this AI-generated animated video, Crucifixion and Resurrection of Jesus Christ, AI animation.
In a time long ago, in the ancient lands of Jerusalem,
The Easter story opens with a dog. Is this dog the narrator?
lived a man named Jesus, who was known for his teachings of love.
Lived a man named Jesus. Maybe they generated the animation using the script, because it kind of looks like Jesus. Props AI animation on your white Jesus. He's very white Jesus-y. It seems like Jesus is saying the script about Jesus here, which is really weird.
Who was known for his teachings of love, kindness, and the word of God. People from far and wide came to hear him speak.
The eyes and the further back you go in the crowd, the more horrifying this is. Look, like at the front, you've got, well, first of all, even the people at the front aren't actually looking at Jesus. It's like they're all, including Jesus, they're all looking over there somewhere like, wow, Jesus, that is a cool thing over there in the distance. You got like, okay, starting to get some weird expressions. There's something a little bit weird on the eye there, but it's not that bad. And then it's like, okay, starting to get a little bit like a nightmare. Okay, a little bit horrifying. Oh my god. Oh dear god. Oh fuck. It's a nightmare. Fucking AI art, man. At least he's got the right number of fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, he doesn't have the right number of fingers. It's because there's like 4 and then there's like a hidden extra one. I'm actually pointing on my screen to count them because I just confused myself so bad. Okay, I was wrong. He doesn't have the right number of fingers. My bad. Jesus has finglers.
Wide came to hear him speak and witness the miracles he performed. However, not everyone saw Jesus as a force of good. Some of the city's leaders and teachers felt threatened by his growing influence.
Oh my god, did you see that guy's eye? Oh man, his face is melting. Oh, there's loads of their faces are melting. I gotta rewind that just and stare at that guy.
Teachers felt threatened by his growing influence.
Jesus says these are miracles, but my eye's been melting off my face whenever I blink and I'm not loving it. If you are cursed with the melting, morphing skin of an AI animated person, I can't help you. But if you have regular human skin, which I think most of you do, then I'd like to introduce you to today's sponsor, Geology. Geology is a 30-time award-winning skin, hair and body care company. They have over 10,000 5-star reviews. People love the products. They're simple and they work and they're tailored specifically to your skin. It's so super easy. You click on the link in the description, you take a 30-second diagnostic quiz, tell them about your skin and your goals, and then a team of dermatologists will create a personal plan just for you, which ships straight to your door. Here's my routine just to show you how it works. So I start with my everyday face wash. This looks a little gross because it lives in my bathroom. Sorry. I wash my face in my bathroom, what can I say? So it's got the little number 1, so you know just from a glance that it's number 1 thing to do. On the back, the face wash has this handy little circle, so you know exactly how much to use. It really is idiot-proof, which is really good for me. Then in the morning, I have my Tone Control morning cream. You can see that's 3 and 4, so I know not to do that before I've washed my face. You also get a little card that says exactly how to use the products and what the active ingredients are. In the evening, I wash face again. Then I have my eye formula, same thing, says it's step 2 for the evening, it tells me what's in it. Then I have my night cream, same thing. I also have performance moisturizer and performance-based sunscreen. These are obviously more as and when. You get a card with those, but it also says on the back exactly when you should use it. It's so easy. I have never been able to form a habit in my life. I need something this simple. It just tells me what products to use, tells me what order to do them in. I don't have to think about it. I don't have room to fuck it up. It's great. I really like that they're all unscented as well. A lot of products, especially women's products, are very like perfumed, and it can be a lot when you're just trying to clean your face. I want to feel like I've just washed my face, not like I've just stuck it in a bowl of potpourri, you know? Do check out my link down below. Use the code EmmaThorne70 for 70% off your skincare trial set. That is over $49 worth of products for just $15. It's a really great deal, plus you get up to 30% off add-ons of your choice. Do check out that link. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to Geology for sponsoring this video.
And the truths he spoke. They
The picture of Jesus is animated. The picture of Jesus' mouth is moving and his face is melting. Come on, bro.
They plotted to arrest him, fearing the change he brought. One of Jesus...
Dude, look at that guy's finger. He's got a huge finger. His finger is like 3 fingers, like a link of sausages.
One of Jesus' disciples, Judas, led by confusion and fear, agreed
Oh, Judas's eyes are freaking me out too.
agreed to betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. On a quiet night, while Jesus was...
Okay, Jesus has like snake eyes. You know how some creatures have like the eyes? What is it? Is it like sharks or something? Some creatures have the eyes where they have the extra eyelid. Cats, beavers, polar bears, seals, and aardvarks. Anyway, Jesus has eyes like that where like his eyelids he's got like eyelids under his eyes that sort of close.
On a quiet night, while Jesus was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, Judas arrived with soldiers.
With soldiers. Jesus, you're under arrest for being a bad man.
He greeted Jesus with a hug, signaling to the soldiers who they were to arrest. Jesus was...
Did he? I think traditionally it was a kiss. I don't know why they made it a hug. To make it more kid-friendly. Oh my god, that guy's eye. It's really hard to learn the story of Easter when you're looking at fucking this all the time. Anyway, sorry. Judas gave Jesus a little kiss. No hug.
Jesus was taken to the high priest, where he faced accusations and false witnesses, despite his innocence.
Wait, they haven't said what accusation. He was accused of blasphemy, according to the Gospels. They were like, do you claim to be the king of the Jews? And he was like, yeah. I feel like that's kind of an important part, but whatever. Jesus looks different in every single picture. Like, he's got like a little child face in this one. That's weird.
Leaders decided Jesus was a threat that must be eliminated.
He looks so sad.
They took him to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor.
Pontius Pilate?
He would order Jesus' death. Pilate questioned Jesus, but found no...
Why does he look so happy? He looks like really friendly all of a sudden. Oh, don't look at the crowds for more than 2 seconds. It will scar you for life. What are these floating eggs? Those people? Why has Jesus got a chain around his head?
Reason to punish him. Yet the crowd, stirred up by the leaders, shouted for Jesus to be crucified. Pilate...
Oh, the crowd. Oh my god, look at them. Oh my god, those two are melting together. Is that a person? Look at the size of the crowd as well. Was it really that fucking big? Oh my god. I can't.
Pilate, feeling the pressure of the crowd and not wanting a riot, reluctantly agreed. The soldiers took Jesus...
This is going the Mark route of Jesus not being happy about being executed. This is definitely not like a Luke, like he's calm, cool, and collected. Jesus is like, oh, fuck.
They led him through the streets, burdened with a heavy wooden cross upon his back, to a place called Golgotha.
Which is weird because a couple of shots earlier, there was a cross in the middle of town that Pontius Pilate was just sort of pointing at, like, maybe that was just where they were keeping their spare cross. Their spare crucifix for Jesus to carry.
Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. There, they nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross and raised it high.
I'm sensing a continuity error between these two shots. I don't know what it is. Don't be distracted by this guy. Don't be distracted by him. Just, something here isn't quite adding up.
Feet to the cross and raised it high. As he hung there in unimaginable pain, Jesus prayed for forgiveness for those who had wronged him, showing compassion even in his...
I guess this is where the, it's for entertainment, it's dramatization. They're just, like, cherry-picking different bits from different gospels, like, yeah, this is what Jesus said and did. Trust me, bro.
For hours, Jesus hung on the cross
oh my God.
under the scorching...
Jesus Christ. He's like fucking emaciated after 10 minutes of being on the cross.
Son, surrounded by a few loyal followers and his mother, who watched with broken hearts.
Wait, is that his mother? Oh, is that his mother?
Who watched with broken hearts.
But they're facing the wrong way. Guys, Jesus is back there. Turn around. Why has he got, like, mascara dripping down his face? I knew I should have worn waterproof mascara to the crucifixion. Sorry.
Finally, Jesus called out,
It is finished.
Finally, Jesus called out, why is his mouth like that?
and he took his last breath. Jesus' body was taken down.
He's not dead. I've solved it, guys. I know how they did the crucifixion and the resurrection. They were like, right, Jesus, now you gotta play dead for a while, okay? So try not to smile, try not to laugh. Try not to laugh crucifixion challenge. His fucking magician goatee.
They wrapped him in linen and laid him in a tomb.
They wrapped him in linen. Image of a coffin.
It was sealed with a large stone. Guards were placed outside to ensure no one could steal his body. 3 days later, something miraculous happened.
I wonder what it fucking was. Don't hint at it in the script and show a picture of an open casket. Look at that fucking modern coffin. It's like silk lined or some shit. The lid isn't even in there. This is so fucking weird. Like, the thing is, if that's what your AI art generated, you can change that, right? You can be like, oh, that's not what I want. Let me rephrase it. But they were just like, oh, it's put like a really modern casket inside this cave. Oh well. Too late now.
Something miraculous happened. Women who followed Jesus went to visit his tomb.
Fucking, do you see what I mean? Like the Pixar woman thing? Like, the big eyes. I mean, it's looked Pixar-y all along. Her little finger is way too big. But that's okay. In this grand scheme of things, that's not the end of the world. But it's like, she's got like rosy cheeks and this perfect hair and like, it's just bizarre. But then there's a hint of like, down here. But with the really thin neck, like slendery snake neck and little delicate dainty hands of just like, sort of like slightly gross Pixar woman style where you're like, women aren't that shape though. I feel bad for whatever Pixar movie I see next because I'm just fucking sick to my stomach of seeing art in this style. Especially women. I don't know why that just triggers me more, I guess. I'm just a snowflake about it.
Only to find the stone rolled away.
Also, why was she so fucking happy to go? This is Jesus's followers, right? The women are going to visit his tomb. They should be fucking devastated. She's like, I'm off to visit my dead hero. Why are you so happy? Let me have a look at the fingers. Oh, them fingers ain't right. Them's finglers. When fingers look really wrong and weird in AI art, I call them finglers. Just in case that hadn't come across to you already. Just to clarify.
Away and the tomb empty. An angel appeared to them saying, "Do not be afraid."
And the angel is like a Pixar boy protagonist. He's a little fucking white Pixar boy with a modern haircut and just some wings slapped on. Look at him! He's awful. I hate him.
For I know you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here.
I know you seek Jesus. This is like handsome Squidward Jesus. This is handsome Jesus. He was all fucking emaciated on the cross when he died, so he hit the protein really hard and has been working out. Even he's got the like smolder expression and everything. That's so fucking funny.
He has risen. Jesus, after his resurrection, appeared to his disciples and many...
Who are these guys? Who are these little shits? They got finglers. Or at least the lady has.
others, proving that he had conquered
Oh,
death.
it's Jesus at the door. Fucking Jesus at the door jump scare. Not only is that wrong, that's all wrong. He's not got finglers though. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he's not got finglers. I don't trust my ability to judge anymore. But he's just like, hey guys, can I come in? Have you got a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior, me? Because I'm back from the dead, baby! Yeah.
and offering hope of eternal life. He instructed his followers to spread his teachings to all corners of the world. Finally...
Oh! Sorry, I know we've seen a lot of it, just like one more.
Teachings to all corners of the world. Finally, Jesus ascended to heaven, promising that
Jesus.
he would always be with them in spirit.
He's sort of like shrinking a bit. He's like, guys, don't look. This is a really awkward process.
Sacrifice and resurrection became the cornerstone of Christian faith.
It became the Christian faith.
His
that guy's
sacrifice and
hand.
resurrection became the cornerstone of Christian.
Sorry, one more. Just like, he's got like hands.
Sacrifice and resurrection became the cornerstone of Christian faith, symbolizing the triumph of love and forgiveness over sin and death.
Oh my god. Oh, hey, look at that. Look, there's a cool Slippy the Frog video there. What is that? Oh, fuck me. Am I gonna have to watch it? It's 1 minute. Okay, that's a different company. AI Animation Video. Alright, fine, I'll watch that too. But above it looks like a really fun video. Slippy the Frog? That sounds fun. Is that some kind of cool video game? Okay, that's Bible in a nutshell. Can I just say, fucking the thumbnail for Sodom and Gomorrah is horrifying. The nutshell logo is horrifying. It looks like an NFT. Doesn't that look like an AI-generated NFT? This is AI Wonder Animation's much smaller channel, Story of Jesus Christ AI Animation Video. Okay, this one doesn't have a threat about copyright in it, so this one should be safer to enjoy.
Once upon a time in the ancient city of Bethlehem, a baby named Jesus was born in a humble manger. His arrival was heralded.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck is that? What is that? I can't even fathom a guess at what that is. That's like an optical illusion. Second, everyone has baby face with blonde hair and a beard. That's so fucking funny. Baby Jesus has finglers. They all have like tiny feminine baby head, but these two have beards and they got tiny hands. The body's so big. Oh, that's so good. What is that fucking thing? Is that a little like house elf? What's that creature? It's a little hob. What is that?
Heralded by a brilliant star that lit up the night sky. Growing up, Jesus was a kind and compassionate soul.
What? Who are they? What? Who are these? Who are they? Growing up, surrounded by Victorian girls with wings. What's this image? What does this represent? What is it? Who are they? What's going on?
He performed miracles,
Oh my
turning
God.
water into wine.
Oh, okay, so it's the loaves and the fishes, clearly. Don't look at the people in the background. You will have nightmares. Oh my god, what if after this video, all of our nightmares, you know how, like, supposedly the background characters in your, like, dreams and stuff are just, like, the faces of people you've sort of seen in real life? Like, what if the background characters all have these, like, blurry, melty faces of these AI art characters now? I would love that. If I'm responsible for any nightmares like that, please let me know. Why does Jesus have a cyborg mouth? I love his jacket. It's very modern. And a t-shirt. Everyone's dressed very modern in this. I love his hair. I'm a sucker for nicely groomed long hair.
Turning water into wine. And
He's got earrings! Everything about this image is so fucking good. The finglers, the facial hair, the earrings, the fact that he's turning water into wine by just, like, floating water out of a wine glass. He's basically turning wine into water in this and throwing it in the air. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a great fucking time.
and healing the sick. He spread messages of love.
The one thing Jesus can't heal is a case of the cross eyes. Unfortunately, that is maybe it's a side effect of all his miracles.
Forgiveness and peace.
What was happening there?
Peace, drawing followers from all walks of life. However, not everyone embraced.
He's got his blue coat again. Followers from all walks of life, such as blue hair, cursed person. What's that on the wall? It looks like a face coming through the wall.
One embraced his teachings. Some felt threatened by his popularity and unique abilities.
Why has everyone got matching jackets? Do I need a jacket like this to join Jesus Club?
Jesus faced a challenging fate.
What's going on? He's going hiking with a crucifix. He's got cargo shorts. There's just like school children. I can't. This is the funniest image I've ever fucking seen. Oh, there is no better image of Jesus Christ than what we are seeing right now on our screens. It's beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my days. I'm so happy.
Betrayed by one of his own, he was crucified on a cross. But this story doesn't end in tragedy.
Three of him were crucified on three. Oh, his feet are turning into foot there. If fingers are finglers, what's foot? Let's just call that foot. They've got no faces, and there's three of them. What else is there to say?
Tragedy. 3 days after his death, Jesus miraculously rose from the dead.
Why is that one portrait? Why is that one image portrait? What's going on?
Bringing hope and salvation. His life and teachings became the foundation of Christianity, inspiring millions to lead lives filled with love, compassion.
Hold on. I feel like I've missed something. Oh no, it did say he rose from the dead. It just didn't show it.
Millions to lead lives filled with love, compassion, and...
What is that? I mean, that's Jesus, obviously, but, well, he's got his blue jacket on, thank God. It looks like real Jesus... It looks like real Jesus. It looks like animated Jesus with his blue jacket, crossed with Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro. He's not got a face, but he's definitely facing towards us. I mean, if I saw giant, fucked up Jesus doing this and looming over me, I'd rethink some things, because I'd be fucking scared.
And faith. And so, the story of Jesus Christ continues to echo through the age.
Story of Jesus Christ. Our old pal Jesus Christ. And his sports t-shirt and his fucking digital watch. Is he wearing glasses? It looks like he might have little shades on. This is so weird. Like, you get a second chance with AI image generating, right? Was it maybe they just had like a really limited license? You can only generate 10 images a day or something, and they were like, shit, we want to upload this tomorrow, so we can't redo this picture so that Jesus doesn't have a t-shirt on.
Is a timeless tale of sacrifice, redemption, and the enduring power of love.
Okay. Oh, that's it. It just fucking ends. It just ends. Wow. That was amazing. What a nice surprise. So I guess if you only saw one amazing Jesus animation in this video, the first one, which I will still have shown you the description of so you'll understand why, the first one, nutshell, Bible in a nutshell. That means Bible in a nutshell copyright struck me for daring to react to their content, which they have banned. If you saw both, hooray. That means we've escaped it for now, until they become aware. This is very specifically for people who are interested in biblical stories and what the state of AI animation looks like right now, which is a really niche market. I guess that is a market. If that's your market, then fine, but it's definitely not doing anything else. It's not doing anything particularly well. It's good for a laugh because it's so fucking horrifying. And it's all, even when it's a completely different company making completely unique videos, it's the exact same fucking knockoff Pixar style. Because there is no creativity, there is no uniqueness in this type of AI image generation. And this didn't touch very much on the story of Easter in the end, despite just watching 2 Easter videos. Like, the most horrifying thing to me, or the most lacking in self-awareness, the most, like, piss take part of that is that company that's making exclusively AI generated videos that is like, has like a threat about its copyright in the description, because what the fuck, bro? Let me know your thoughts down below. How many finglers did you count in this video? What was your favourite Jesus? Do you like Jesus in a jacket? Hiking Jesus in a t-shirt? Do you like cross-eyed Jesus? Let me know. Do give this video a cheeky like, hit the old subscriber-rooney button so you don't miss future videos. If you've seen any content out there that you'd like me to check out, do let me know. Do consider checking out my gaming channel, Little Duck Gaming. I upload more frequently over there, we have a good fun time. It's a good wholesome time. If you'd like to support this channel and what I do here, help mitigate those who are aggressive in their pursuing of copyright infringement on YouTube, you can become a channel member right here. You get comment priority and some silly little emotes. The best way to support this channel is via the Patreon. If anything does change in this video, if you only saw one animation, then the full video will be up on Patreon instead. Come check it out at patreon.com/EmmaThorneVideos. With that, I must give a big old thank you and a shout out to my giant chickens and colossal quackers over on Patreon. Especially Conla. God damn it, Conla. Most importantly, have yourselves a very lovely week, and I will see you really soon.
Finglers.